Welcome back. Let's try and understand some of the developments, unfortunately, playing out in Plateau State. We'll try to get across to the Commissioner of Police, but they've got several meetings today, as they tell us. So we've got Honorable Dachum Bagos here with us. He was a member of the House of Representatives, representing Jos South East Federal Constituency from 2019 up until 2023. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, well, good morning. Up till not just 2023, up till when the Court of Appeal did the injustice to the legislators on the Plateau.
There's got to be a year to that, isn't it? So
yeah, well,
that's why we left it with the year. So you can have that perspective, but the year is bottom line.
Yeah, well,
so this scenario, much as it's very hard for lots of people to grapple with and try and understand why the authorities cannot rein some of these people in, could you just, talking about this time and again, almost sounded like a broken record. Why is it so difficult for this to be addressed, these killings?
You know, it has, all the time, we always say that it is unfortunate. But it's as a result of negligence, Chamberlain. You and I have discussed much about this insecurity in Plateau State and the country at large. That there are measures that are supposed to be taken, but up till now, nothing is yet been done. You know, measures that will always calm nerves so that people will feel that either government is working or something. But it is not just about calming down nerves, it's about how have you been able to implement these possible solutions. For instance, Bokos that has been on the front burner in the past months and past years, there are nucleus of these terrorists around Bokos. And the most unfortunate part of it is that the school, the Plateau State Polytechnic University that was attacked, you can see where students are staying, the off-campus satellite towns. You will see the terrorist nucleus around these students. But the word you will now hear is that, oh no, those are just headsmen. But using the name headsmen, at the end of the day, when something happens, these people come out from those nucleus camps that the so-called headsmen are staying. What happened that, how can a settlement that you call that is for headsmen, people will come out from those settlements in bikes, and each bike, you have 2, 3 on each bike, driving through the school compound, shooting sporadically and saying that nothing has happened. So it's so imagine that if these people now come out with, have an agenda to come out that, look, they're going to wipe that school, Chamberlain, I can assure you that the casualties that we could have been talking of at this moment will be unimaginable.
Talk to us about possible motive, because now there's this narrative that people, which is beginning to gain traction, that mineral resources are also a factor in this. Is that right?
You see, I've said this, that, look, all the areas that have been attacked on the plateau are areas that have mineral resources, are areas that are agrarian, that you can farm, that the farm produce. You have large span of farmlands in those areas. Bokos is one of Bokos is one of the major producers and farmers of potatoes, that the Irish potatoes that everybody bring Irish potatoes from Plateau State. It is Bokos that is one of the heartbeat of potatoes on the plateau. Now these people can no longer go to farm. Where will you get the potatoes that virtually feed the entire nation? Unfortunately, today, some of these eateries and farms are importing potatoes now from South Africa. What happened to Bokos, to Barikiladi, to Riom, and some of these places that they are the major producers of this of potatoes, tomatoes, and so most of these places today, people have been dispersed as a result of insecurity. Not just being dispersed, they are even afraid of going to the farm. The governor have made so much emphatic effort encouraging people, has bought as much fertilizers and putting in, trying to see how we can have rangers across the farms to be able to protect farmers during this farming season. But beyond that, he has shown political will. What is the tactical will to be able to address these issues? How can we be able, as a people and as a country, that look, these are issues that the possible solutions, and again, ignoring justice, the justice system. Today, you have only maybe 5 military men at a checkpoint going into Bokos. But you now have, still within the Bokos axis, people coming out in bikes. How can those 5 military men be able to engage those people in bikes with heavy ammunition? And we now still go further to ask that if truly security are looking into these issues, what has technology been able to do? Before coming here, there was traffic. I quickly looked at my Google map. It shows me that there was traffic, and I further look at the entire. It showed me the building of channels, and I found out that okay, cars are not moving around here. This is the axis. So, if just as an ordinary citizen with my phone, I can geolocate a location and see the movement of vehicles from my phone. What happens to technology to be able to say that, look, these are nucleus of this bandit here. What is the kind of movement? So we mean that as a country with the heavy money that the National Assembly is being, has channeled to issue of insecurity, we cannot at this particular moment get the latest gadgets to be able to look at these issues and to look at it. So this is like...
Perhaps one of the challenges, Mr. Bagos, just a second, perhaps the challenge is not that of technology or anything. Perhaps it's that of the human. I recall last year, sometime around June or thereabout last year, we had a conversation with the governor of the state, and he was highlighting the fact that there are non-state actors that are very active in the state, occupying certain local governments. It was in that interview that he also revealed that maybe sometime around that time, that he also revealed that about 80% of all that is happening, all the unrest and all that is happening in Plateau State has one thing or the other to do with what he also talked about, mineral deposits in the state as well. Is it that it is intractable? There are also allegations of people, land grabbing and the rest of it. Is it that these issues are intractable? Because it's about the people. It is something that happens between or among the people. Is it that the elders of the communities, the community development associations, the legislators in the state cannot call all the people who are supposed to, ensure that there is peace to order and ensure that there is peace, and enforce that peace using the security agencies in the state? Is it intractable?
Well, it's kind of very... I can tell you that there is no situation that the Plateau people cannot handle themselves. And, from the point of view that Plateau people are not living in peace or they don't want visitors, that is far-fetched from it, because there is nothing like clash. Because if it is a clash, that is where the community leaders will come and sit. That is where the development association will come and sit. But this is a situation where people come in from different angles that you don't know where they are coming from. People come in with heavy armory that you don't know where they got them from. People come in that you cannot even identify them, come, attack, and withdraw. So that is not; those are not Plateau people in very entirety.
No,
because
even
if
that,
a community that is within the school, in the name of a settlement of headsmen, if we knew that these people are terrorists, that these people are not, if we are not accommodated, Plateau people could have said, look, we don't know you, we know you as terrorists.
Even that issue that you just raised now,
and could identify those people are the security agencies.
Even that issue that you just raised, just a second, Honorable. Honorable, just 1 second. Even that which you just raised now raises an issue, because you would recall while we were all growing up. You don't get into a community and you are a total stranger and no one will accost you. I don't see how that is possible. I mean, this is something that is known among all African communities that I am aware of. At what point did we lose that value? Just as you said, strange people come into a community and no one is able to identify them, and then no one raises the issue. You talked about artillery. It raises the question of intelligence. I know the information available to us is that governors get intelligence reports from time to time. Is it that these things just happen willy-nilly? No intelligence official was able to capture it before it happened, and even when it happened, indeed, the DSS was unavailable, the police was unavailable, military formations around were unavailable and unaware that such an intelligence breach was going to happen. How can anyone explain that, Honorable?
Not that just we have lost our value of intelligence, but let me tell you why we have reached where we are. The political will to really identify these issues headlong many years, 20 years ago, is what has led us where we are today. Because when we started identifying these people that, look, we don't know these people in our community. What you will now hear that, oh, we are religious. What you now hear that, oh, we are ethnic. What will now, because if you now identify someone, so, oh, no, this person, it's from our religion, please, don't even go there. So before you know it, someone will be arrested in Jos, and tomorrow you will hear that he has been moved to Abuja, and after 3 days, you will hear that again the same person or group of people have been released on the ground of religion and ethnicity. That has been one of the major cardinal points that has taken us to where we are today. We have identified people not once, not twice, but at the end of the day, when they are being arrested, I can tell you, Ayo, by the next 2, 3, or 24 hours, there will be a phone call from a certain quarters, and these same people will be released. So how can we be able to say that justice has been dispensed? This has been the trend for the past 20 years, that today the persons that felt, people that feel that they are powerful can no longer even protect themselves. Because we have been able, because monsters have been bred, that today they are looking for blood everywhere. The university that has been attacked, these are future leaders that we are trying to groom in the state. Today, they are now afraid to go to school. Not just farmers going to the farm, but today the future leaders we are trying to groom are now afraid to go to school, which means that the future is highly endangered. Nigeria, with a population over 70%, under 30. Where is now the future? Any arrest or any kidnap that you now see today is either this school is being attacked, these students are being attacked, and so on and so forth. How are we now saying that tomorrow we are sure of how what will now be who we want to have? And it should be something that our leaders and elders should be so worrisome, that who is going to take over from them. It's not just about the children of the elite that go abroad and come back. When the children of the elite go abroad, come back, which society are they going to meet? So it's very important that we should be able to.
What do you recommend?
There should be a very holistic arrangement in terms of the issue of insecurity. Today we are talking about is it AU summit on
counterterrorism summit? Will state police solve this matter?
State police will be part of the solution, because I can tell you, in a community of Bokos, if the local government is now in charge of insecurity, state police will help, local government autonomy will help, because now when the local government, when chiefs are involved, when community leaders are involved in terms of insecurity, they will be able to identify who is who. Because when people say that state police will not, what has helped addressing the issue of insecurity in Borno State is the civilian JTF, because the youths in civilian JTF know who and who is part of our community. So when state police come, and when community people and the indigenes are now involved in policing themselves, they will say, no, we don't know this person. When he's arrested, and you know that the amendment will now still give the state police the jurisdiction for prosecution. So, which means the justice system will come into place. But for me, for all of us, for all the time to sit down and just go to the table, on the tea table, discuss, nothing happens. In the 8th Assembly, there was a security summit, nothing happened. 9th Assembly, security summit, nothing happened. 10th Assembly, we're talking of security summit. I don't know where that summit will lead us.
You were part of those. You were part of those assemblies, so
yeah. Well, we made our recommendation, and we thought that something will come out of it. But up till now, the executive have not done anything. So we're still waiting for what will be done. But
Honorable Dachshund Bagos,
it's worrisome.
Member, House of Reps, representing Jos South and East Federal Constituency for 2019 to 2023. Thank you for coming on. And
yeah, well, at least it's good that you said member, not former, because our people don't take us as former yet.
Well, I put a timeline, 2019 to 2023. This is 2024. Thank you for coming on, and we hope that this is addressed as soon as possible.
Yeah.